Are you listening to me?
See, the materials you're giving me, I can't make clean soap with what you're giving me.
What do you do? This? Opera? I was thinking you and I partner up.
Let's keep these streets soapless.
How do people even die from soap? It's soap.
Have you been living under a fucking rock?
It's our job to exterminate all remnants of soap. Do you hear me?
Do you think soap should be illegal?
An anonymous caller informed me that Mr. Opera and Mr. Fisk were marketing the new soap.
We're onto the Star Wars. Jesus Christ, is that a gun? He wants us to make fucked up soap? Yes! I'm not going to make poison!
Opera, the soap I gave you is poisonous.
Wait, what?
Hello, sir. I'm with the SIA and I think I see
Mr. Opera is a wanted criminal.
I was not aware of that.
Elliot
Fucking lied to me.
Told the SIA.
Jason?
I can't wait to see you behind bars.
Jason, wait. Jason is Mr. Pink.
What?
This was my fault.
What do we do?
This is what we do.
The fucking legislation?
Look, something's happening here that we both know. Alright, the general's going crazy, but I have a new theory.
Oh, we do realize it's illegal.
We need to discuss the Opera case.
When aren't we talking about opera?
Opera is dangerous.
You've broken the law countless of times in this case.
You're fired, Roger. You're fired.
Shit. The airport.
He wants to legalize soap.
There's something you need to hear. Fucking document. Stop!
They try to be great, they try to be great. She wanna be guilty, that bitch is a money. I'ma put this hole, I'ma surrender your brain.
This video is gonna have spoilers for a soap opera.
Yeah, no shit.
You've been warned. So it's been a few months since a soap opera came out, and I kind of wanted to do a video about it. Obviously there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that went on that you guys don't know about, so I thought it would be fun to have a video explaining the stuff that went on behind the scenes. In this video I'll essentially talk about myself a lot and what happened in a soap opera, but there is a lot of context I got to get through, so if you want to skip to the actual soap opera segment of the video, just skip to this time code. It starts with part 2. This video will be broken up into 3 parts. Part 2 is when I start talking about a soap opera. Also, in the off chance someone with like $1 billion comes across this video and they don't know about this shit that's happening, there's a link in the description. Click on it, you'll be informed, you'll be able to donate. Okay, on with the video. It's the 20th of July, 2012. As the winter sky turns from a soft orange to a deep blue, I get ready to go to the cinemas with my brother and his friends. I just turned 10 years old, and what better way to celebrate a 10th year birthday than watching The Dark Knight Rises. Oh yeah, it had come out. The culmination to the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm 10 years old and I'm excited. So, we make our way to the cinema. We sit down. The ads start playing. I'm ready to see this movie. And then it dawns on me, oh shit, I need to pee. Okay, well, simple. Just get up, go to the bathroom. Easy, right? Except there's one little problem with that. The movie had started. Now, wait, hold on. Hold on, I completely forgot to address this. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a beanie, it's because my hair looks like this. And if you're also wondering why I'm wearing it like this, it's because, I don't know, this video is just going to be a lot of me standing and talking, so why not look a little funny while doing it to, you know, add some more level of engagement. Okay, on with the video. The movie has started, and me and my 10-year-old brain are thinking, well, I don't really want to miss anything at the beginning of the film because, you know, the beginnings can be quite important and it establishes stuff, so I'll just watch the beginning few scenes and then I'll go to the bathroom, you know? And then I see this.
Calm down, Doctor. Now is not the time for fear. That comes later.
And then I'm hooked. And then I watch the film. And I continue to watch it. And I kind of forget that I have a bladder and I need to go to the bathroom. And, you know, sure, occasionally throughout the film, I remember, oh shit, I really need to go to the bathroom. But then I say, no, I don't want to miss anything in this film. I don't want to miss a single frame of this film because I love this movie. This is my 10-year-old version of me speaking right now, okay? And as I'm watching it, I'm just really enjoying myself. And yeah, I didn't get up to go to the bathroom at all, not once in this 2-hour and 45-minute epic. And I mean, shit, by the end of the movie I was... The movie had entranced me so much that I resisted the urge to go to the bathroom. And apparently that's also like really dangerous, so I don't advocate doing that at all. But I love the film, and yeah, obviously I'm fine now. And so leaving the cinema, I was just really happy. I just watched a great film, a great finale, a great ending to a trilogy. At the time, after watching the film, it was my favorite film ever. And so I still think it's a pretty good film today. Maybe not as good as The Dark Knight, but it's pretty fucking good. So after going to the bathroom and then going home, on the way home, I was in the car with my brother and his friends, as I mentioned earlier, and I remember listening to them talk about the film, and I remember one of my brother's friends, Pratik, if you're watching this, shout out to you. He mixed up Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale. Now, I knew who Christian Bale was, he's the guy who plays Batman.
Like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
But I didn't know who Christopher Nolan was, and so I was like, what the fuck? So I didn't really think anything of it, but then I did hear that he said something like, Christopher Nolan, man, he's such a good director. It was really the first time I'd ever really acknowledged the phrase, and at the time I didn't know what a director was, I didn't know what a director does. All I knew was some guy named Christopher Nolan directed this film. I'm sorry to derail this video, but I had to stop filming because it's raining right now, and well, it's not just raining, it's like hailing and shit, so... Alright, where was I? Okay, yeah, the seed that is director was planted in my brain, and yeah, I now knew of the phrase and term director. I didn't know what it meant, I didn't know what it, you know, what the implications of that was. I just knew that something called a director existed. So I went to bed that night and slept gracefully.
Hey Ryan, can you do Inception? Starting to wake him up.
Inception, a film by Christopher Nolan. A film my brother was trying to get me to watch for a while, because he knew that if I sat down and actually watched it, I'd like it. And when I sat down and actually watched it on his laptop, well, I didn't like it. I loved it. Sure, it was confusing, but even at the age of 10 to 11, I appreciated the intricacy and the multiple layers of the film. And then I remembered why I watched the film in the first place, because my brother had requested me to watch it, and the reason he requested me to watch it was because Well, for one, it has twists, which I love twists. I mean, back then I really loved them. Now, you know, I like him enough. And two, it was directed by the guy who made The Dark Knight, the same director, Christopher Nolan. And then it all dawned on me. The guy who made Inception made The Dark Knight. The same mind made these two films. Two completely unrelated films, but they all came from the same mind. And then this is when it clicked. This is when I realized the job of a director. This is when I realized that one person can make a bunch of films that are narratively unrelated, but if you look hard enough, they're all extensions of this person's psyche, of their experiences. They're all extensions of this person. So even though the Batman films are about Batman, they're also about Christopher Nolan. Even though Inception's about dreams, it's in a way about Christopher Nolan. He wrote the screenplay, he directed the film. He is the center point at the entire film, and that's what the film revolves around. And then I kind of identified the job of a director. I realized you could express so much through film. I realized what a director can do. I realized that these films are representations of this person, that films aren't just made out of nothing. Someone had to come and sit down and write the screenplay. People had to work on the film, and this is when I realized I want to be that person. If I could be someone similar to what a director is, then I'd be happy, I'd be self-fulfilled, I'd be content. And so I knew pretty early on that, yeah, what I want to be when I'm older is a director, because it's really the only thing that makes me happy. So a week later I hit up IMDb, I went to his filmography, and I watched every single film he made. I watched The Prestige first, and holy fuck. My mind was blown. Even though this film was about magicians, I could tell this was Christopher Nolan all over the screen. The narrative structure, the plot twist, the actors, it's all an extension of him. By the end of the film, I was obsessed with the concept of directing. All I wanted to do was write, direct. I just wanted to make movies. That's where I realized, yeah, that's my career path, that's what I want to do, and that's where this whole endeavor began. The year is 2015. I'm 12, turning 13, and I'm entering my first year of high school. I've also launched a YouTube channel where I upload random videos. Bit of a backstory. When I was like 7 or 8, I had this obsession with filming videos. I know, how ironic. I used to film videos on my dad's phone and my mom's phone, and they were just kind of videos of me running and like my hand is like a monster or something, but I had an obsession with it, which probably led to the whole wanting to direct movies type thing. But this time, once I started my YouTube channel, I discovered something else. I discovered editing. Here I was with a bunch of clips and an infinite amount of ways to put them together, and I had to find the finite one way to put them all together. So anyway, after experimenting with this video on my iPhone 5C, I made my first ever YouTube video.
Hello, this is a video I made when I was bored on a Sunday afternoon. But yeah, please enjoy.
There's nothing special, it's just a 2.5 minute video. It has a kind of a joke at the end that was a big meme at the time. These nuts! But I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I made more videos. I got into channels like Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns. I started to watch more films like Quentin Tarantino films and Denis Villeneuve films and Martin Scorsese films, and I just started to grow older and grow this burning passion more and more as time went on. Oh, and I loved PewDiePie.
I'm motherfucking stuck in this duck. It makes me wanna quack. Like, what the fuck is that?
I'd been subscribed to PewDiePie when he had 400,000 subscribers. Now he has 100 million, or a bit over 100 million, so congrats to him.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration.
But I will, humbly brag that I'd been subscribed to PewDiePie when he had 400,000 subscribers, and now he has 100 million. I'm a real fan. That being said, I don't watch much PewDiePie anymore. I mean, I watch him every once in a while, but I'm not that much of a fan of PewDiePie as I was back in like 2011, 2012 when he made his YouTube channel. But I did watch him a lot back in the day. I watched his horror playthroughs, his Amnesia, his Happy Wheels, his Walking Dead playthrough, season 1 and 2. Those were great. I watched that whole thing. It was really amazing. which is weird because I watched a guy play a game, but it felt really good, you know, it felt... So when I saw he was playing a game called Until Dawn, well, I knew I had to get on that. Now the game wasn't really that amazing, but I was still happy to hear his opinion and his commentary and his Let's Play. I had a wide array of characters that were all based off real people, and there was this one character in the game. His name was Josh, played by Rami Malek. Now at the time I thought nothing of him, you know, he was a minor character, he's not really in the game that much, you never get to play as him, as far as I can remember. And I didn't even know his character was based off a real guy, he was just made up. But I think I might have recognized him somewhere, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, fast forward a few weeks, I'm just scrolling through a list of shows to watch, you know, what's the hottest shows right now, and you know, I'm looking at all these shows and then I come across this show. And I think, huh, that's Josh from Until Dawn. In a show. Mr. Robot. What is this? So I discovered the show after seeing this image, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know the genre. I knew literally nothing. All I knew was Josh from Until Dawn was in it, and it's called Mr. Robot. So I said, fuck it, I'll watch this. Let's just see how it is. Let's give it a go. I watched the intro of the show, the first 6 minutes, and I'm hooked. I finished the first episode, and I need to watch more. And then I watched the second episode, and then the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and so on and so forth until I finished the first season back in 2015, and now I'm like, holy shit, this show is fucking amazing. After doing some research, I realized, oh, Rami Malek, yeah, he's in Night at the Museum. That's where I recognized him from earlier.
Does it do anything?
Do anything?
Yeah, what's the point if it doesn't do anything?
Actually, it has a magical power that brings all of the exhibits to life.
No, really, what's it do?
Bitch, I'ma kill you! You don't wanna fuck with me!
Now this show blew my mind. The way it was shot, the Rami's acting, the tone, the cinematography, the directing, everything about it, I love. I watched the show religiously. I forced all of my friends to watch it. Granted, not all of them did, but the ones who did end up watching it really loved it. I guess that's kind of, you know, self-explanatory, because if they watched it, then they liked it, obviously. Why would you watch something you don't like? But then again, I don't know, man. What the fuck am I saying? Even though the show had won a Golden Globe and Rami Malek had won an Emmy, and there was, you know, some chatter about it, after the first season, the show kind of dipped in popularity, and it didn't really get the popularity it truly deserved. You know, and there's a number of reasons for this. For one, it's on the USA Network, a pretty unpopular network, you know, where they show Suits and Law and Order reruns. Season 2 of Mr. Robot is a piece of art that people can't fucking recognize. The point is that to this day, the show is relatively known, so not a lot of people watch it. Despite it having, you know, a stellar final season, despite it having one of the only 3 episodes on IMDb that have a 10 out of 10 in the history of television, not much people watch it, because why? But again, you know, not much people watch it because season 2 is slow. Because slow pacing equals bad. No, it doesn't! The point is, I love the show a lot. I'm sure you can tell. And of course, I wear the show's influences. If you've seen the show, you can tell I ripped off a lot from it.
Fuck society.
Elliot, you're not saying anything. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Opera. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, sorry.
Where did you go?
Nowhere. I was just... nowhere.
I wanted to save the world.
What are we gonna do about it?
save the world. I also watched Breaking Bad, which I fell in love with, and that show taught me a lot about writing and just the importance of writing, you know? It also taught me the importance of a great villain. To this day, Gustavo Fring is one of my favorite villains ever in television history. He is the reason why season 4 of Breaking Bad is my favorite season, because Crawl Space, End Times, Face Off, those 3 episodes back to back are just stellar. Though you can watch those 3 episodes as like a film, and it is just... I mentioned earlier I got into Scorsese and Tarantino, and so obviously I knew the importance of writing. I also got into directors like Denis Villeneuve, which if you've seen one of his films, you know his cinematography is very striking, his directing is very prominent, he has a slow, methodic pace, but that adds to the overall experience. It's just great. And of course I fell in love with Sam Esmail because, you know, he made Mr. Robot and he directed every episode of season 2, 3, and 4, and 3 episodes in season 1, meaning that he only didn't direct 7 episodes out of the 45 in Mr. Robot, which is fucking insane if you think about it, that one guy directed so much of a show. How is that even possible? How is that actually possible? Mr. Robot season 4 is like 14 hours long. He directed everything. How do you not go crazy? The amount of workload and stress on that guy must be taxing. It must mentally destroy him. Yet he just seems so calm about it. It doesn't make any sense. This guy is a god and everyone's sleeping on him. By 2017, I was 14, turning 15, and I knew I wanted to make more YouTube videos. My YouTube channel at the time was just the odd video here and there, but I knew I wanted to make something a bit more bigger, maybe with some of my friends. I wanted to make a legitimate short film. And then I made the Movie Class Situation.
I'm kind of retarded.
Okay, I have to give a huge shout out to someone who's supported me and helped me along the way. He's always showed enthusiasm, he's always wanted to be in my YouTube videos, he's always pushed me to make content, and that guy is Riley Turner. If you've seen my YouTube videos, you know Riley's in a lot of my videos.
None of you knew! Alright, none of you knew!
He pushed for me to make the math class situation, which led to the music class situation, which led to the mode class situation, which led to the mode class situation part 2, which led to the mode class situation part 3 that failed, which then led to a soap opera. That's why this segment is important. It's all about context, alright? In English we learn that context, and context is... The point is, he is a good guy, and follow him on TikTok. Now this video wasn't meant to be anything big, it was just a fun little video I made at school that included all my friends. Holy shit. But it got views, you know, lots of people seemed to like it. They liked, you know, seeing themselves in my video, seeing the cameos, I guess, pop up.
But my favorite YouTube video of Mohits ever is Mohit vs. Spider-Man. That just exerts such Mohit energy. And it's just absolutely hilarious, and I will forever watch that video on repeat and just cry of laughter every single time. Definitely, that is my favorite Mohit YouTube video.
Point is, I realized, holy shit, collaboration. Lots of people worked on this film and it was a success. The seed was planted in my brain. Collaboration makes a better film. You can't just make everything on your own, because then you just make shit like this. Yeah. That's what happens when you have no one to film. Anyway, making the Mode Class Situation was... I mean, I felt professional. You know, I was only 14, but I felt like, holy shit, you know, I've made this film, this video, it felt like I was an actual director. And again, like I said, a lot of people liked that video. A few months later, I made the Mode Class Situation Part 2. How could I follow up such a classic video like the Mode Class Situation? Insert the Ruby clip right here.
They tryna be bruh. They tryna be bruh.
Well, I made it bigger. I made it better. I didn't just film at school. I filmed outside of school. There was a plot, there was a scenario, there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I was like, fuck yeah, I am so proud of it. And, well, Mode Class Situation still got more views than that. At the time, you know, when I was like 15 or so, I was kind of bummed out, you know? Like, I did this transition. Which I actually paid homage to in a soap opera. Yes, I pay homage to my own material. That's how narcissistic and self-indulgent I am. Why do you think I'm making this whole video about me? I'm kidding, I hate it. I hate talking about myself. I just want this video to be over, but I thought I should explain. Maybe I'm being hypocritical, but again, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying! Point is, I made a short film. I was a bit more experienced, I was a bit more seasoned, because with experience you get better. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah. Now in 2018 I released a video called What Could Have Been, which is what could have been with Mo Class Situation Part 3. I didn't get to make Mo Class Situation Part 3 and it fucking hurt! And I'm going insane the more this video goes on because I'm just talking about myself. And I hate it. I mean, what could have been? What could have been is essentially Mo Class Situation Part 3, but unfinished, untitled, unmastered. What could have been? That's why it's called What Could Have Been .mov, the fucking thing, and then the date it was uploaded. I was doing a riff on the Kendrick Lamar album because I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. I hope he releases an album this year. Now obviously, I never finished the film. I failed. I fucking failed. I'm a failure. I didn't finish the film because I didn't finish the film because I'm worthless. And I failed. I let everyone down. Okay. Alright, let's just compose myself. I didn't finish the film because sometimes shit happens. I didn't know what the film was gonna be about, alright? There was this whole idea. I'll spill it to you now, okay? In Mo Class Situation Part 2, Riley never dies. He doesn't die. Now some of you might be thinking, but Mohit, you shot him at the end. You shot him right in the head. You said, look at this. Yeah, well, not really. Because if you look closely, I'm pointing the gun at his head, right here. But then if you look really closely, right before I shoot him, what do? I move the gun. I move the gun. I'm not actually shooting him. And it was going to be a huge plot point. I put it up. I foreshadowed it. I planted the seed. I had it ready. The sequel was going to be so amazing. And what happens? I don't make it. I don't make it at all. No, I try to make it, but I never finish making it because I'm a worthless failure. But yeah, I never finished Mo Class Situation Part 3. Granted, no one really took it seriously at all. Not even myself, so I didn't really care. But the point is, I failed. But the point is, again, with experience, you learn. And this was an experience nonetheless. So after uploading that, my channel was pretty dead. I didn't really upload anything at all. Except for like this. TikTok has themes about violence and sexual misconduct, and yet we're so desensitized to them, we don't even fucking see the big... Yeah. Now, two things I should mention. Firstly, shout out to my friend Declan. He had always told me that Jonathan's character in Mo Class Situation Part 2 was his favorite character. He just liked this whole demeanor, the hat and everything. And so I thought, okay, yeah, you like Jonathan, I like Jonathan, yeah, I'll put him in my next film, I'll put him in my deck. Now, I had also told Jonathan, hey, I want to make Mo Class Situation Part 3 at some point. And surprisingly, he was quite eager about it. You know, he was quite like, oh yeah, you know, he was vocal. He wanted to be in it. He showed some interest, some enthusiasm, some passion, which I was taken aback. I was like, oh my god, this guy actually kind of takes me seriously. He's like, you know, he's willing to do shit. Like, so I'm like, yeah, man. If I ever make like a next short film, I'm definitely gonna add you, so you can see what this leads to, because he's in a soap opera. He's like one of the main characters. Basically, you get the point. Alright, we're here. Why you actually clicked on the video? Why I made a soap opera? Or like how I made it or something, I don't know. Play the card or something, I don't know. Going into 2019, I knew I wanted to make something, you know, I knew I wanted to make a short film, I wanted to write more, I just wanted to do stuff, you know. It wasn't really a New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution is to stop all the pollution, talk to motherfucking. I mean, I guess I kind of fulfilled it. So, you know, after hearing Declan's statements and after hearing Jonathan's statements, I knew, okay, I want Jonathan to be in the film. He could probably be a supporting character, yeah, that could work. I knew I wanted to use that little space in his garage.
What are you guys gonna do? Rape me?
Yeah. I wanted to use that, so that could be cool. I was watching Breaking Bad and then I was like, huh, you know, I could make something involving drugs maybe. So around March, I hit up Jonathan saying, hey, you know, I want to make a short film, I want you to be in there, I want that space in your garage, I don't know the plot, I don't know the script, I don't know anything. Let's make it! He's down, I'm down, all I need to do is come up with something. So I do. I'm all over some concepts in my head, and at the time I was also rewatching Breaking Bad, so that obviously held some influence on me. Also, I was watching Mr. Robot, because I am always watching Mr. Robot, always. So that influenced me in the terms of directing, and so I knew I wanted to do drugs. Like, as the plot of my film. Like, I knew I wanted the plot of my film to be about drugs. That's why I wanted to, like, do something related to drugs. Like the film is related to drugs, not me actually doing drugs. But I came up with the idea, and the pitch was kind of like this. Okay, so it's like a story about like drug dealers, but the drugs are soap, and every character is a teenager, and there's no adults in the film, and the police are also played by teenagers, and they call the SIA sort of a riff on the CIA. So by concept, it's like really ridiculous, right? It's like a soap opera, because it's like a really absurd concept, and you know, no one's gonna take it seriously. Oh, and the main character's name is Opera. Because again, it's a soap opera, it's ridiculous, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, there's nothing really behind it, it's just flat. It's flat, there's a lack of substance, it's just a flat. I wasn't expecting it to blow up or anything, it was just meant to be a joke. So, all I had to do was write the film. Dun 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 dun. Now before writing a soap opera, I've never really written a script before. You know, I've tried to write scripts before, but I never really finished writing a script. I'd written this one script back when I was like 14. It was called Crack. It was about me going to juvie. Why did I write it? I don't know, but I wrote the film and I never finished it. I just kind of wrote an ending and it was just really stupid and really rushed, so I don't really count that as my first film or first screenplay or first script because I never finished it. I tried to write other scripts, The Broken Void, which will be made in a couple decades. I'm so self-indulgent. So the soap opera script was the first script I've ever written. Let me preface. It was not meant to be a feature film. It was meant to be a short film. So I knew the plot, I knew the two main characters, I knew the premise, I knew how I wanted to end, I knew the midpoint, and well, yeah, basically the plot is this, you know, you got your soap dealers, and you got your SIA, and essentially, towards the middle of the film, their two stories, at the beginning of the film, their two stories are here and here, but then towards the middle of the film, their stories reach, they connect with the Riley and Opera fight scene, and then it's like, oh my god, now, I think this might have been during writing or before, I'm not entirely sure, but I remember listening to Rocket Man by Elton John. Because Rocket Man was coming out, so Elton John was in rising popularity, so I just listened to his songs for the first time, I was like, holy shit, this is really good, I really like Rocket Man. I'm gonna put this in my film, I'm gonna make this the ending song, because it just seems thematically Also, I watched Rocket Man the film, which was pretty fucking great, and Taron Egerton should have been nominated for an Oscar. He won the Golden Globe. Why not nominate him for an Oscar? Fuck you, Academy. Also, where's my nomination for Best Director, you fucking dickheads?
Congratulations to all the nominees.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, man. Now again, I like to reinstate this, I rip off things I love, I rip off Mr. Robot, I rip off Breaking Bad, I rip off the song Rocket Man, I guess. So yeah, I steal. But Picasso said it best when he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Anyway, writing. Okay, writing. It took me about a month and a half to write the script. You know, 96 pages, a month and a half. You might be thinking, whoa, like how did you write so much in such a short time? I don't know if that's normal. I'll give you a few tips and tricks. 1. Every character in the film, I knew the person who was going to play them. So when I was writing scenes for Opera, obviously I knew I was going to play him. When I was writing scenes for Roger, I knew Riley was going to play him. And Freddie was Amith, and Samuel. I knew the people who were going to play the characters. That way, if I wrote a character and didn't have anyone to play that character, I wouldn't have to be like, fuck, I guess I gotta just cut this scene out. 2. Every location in the film I knew was gonna be filmed. So when it's like, oh, interior, Fisk's house, I knew that's just Jonathan's house. I'm not gonna just write a location not knowing where it's gonna be, because then what if I don't know where to film it? I don't know how to film it. I'm just gonna have to tear down the entire project because it's fucking destroyed. 3. I knew the beginning, the midpoint, the ending, so I'm working towards those things. 4. It's shot in a 3-act structure. Each act begins/ends with the Andrew/Mohit interview probation scene. 5. When I was writing the script, I would always stop writing in the middle of a scene. That way, the next day when I pick up the pen and paper or my iPad, I would start writing in the middle of that scene and just finish off that scene. That way, once I finish off that scene, I'm in that groove, you know, I'm in that writing groove, and then I can write more and more and more. And then that's what I did, rinse and repeat. Write a few scenes, write half a scene, stop. Pick up that half scene, write a few scenes, write half a scene, stop. 6. I wrote with 2 perspectives, the SIA and the soap dealers. So when I hit a writing wall with the soap dealers, oh, let's just switch to the SIA. Oh, I hit a wall with the SIO, let's switch to the soap dealers. Oh, I hit a wall. Build that wall! And I can just switch and switch and switch, and the flow is good, Those ideas being reciprocated and thrown at the fucking screen! So on May the 4th, 2019, I finished the script. Chocolate rain. So I have the script, and I knew the way the film was going to be shot was by block shooting. For those of you who don't know, block shooting is when you film all the scenes in one location in like one day. So I could be filming the final scene of the film on the first day and the first scene of the film on the last day. It just depends on the schedule and the location. It didn't happen that way, but the scenes were all shot out of order. I didn't shoot them all in sequential order because that's just so much money and so much time down the drain. Now this does require everyone to be there on the day, so the set can sometimes look like this.
Yep, that's right, yep. So just like this? Yep. Alright, so what do I start? Shit.
Can someone move it down, Jake? Can you help?
Yeah.
You start with, yeah, that's me.
That's me.
Do you want me to say the lines?
No, it's okay.
Okay. And wait 5 seconds
Yeah,
between the
okay.
lines. When you're ready.
Yeah.
Now, I wrote a schedule and realized I could film everything in about 2 weeks. Now, this can be very complicated because when you've got a bunch of people and you need to film your feature film and you have to set a schedule, you have to make sure everyone is available on the same days. But sometimes it can all get mixed up and jumbled up. Oh, okay, me and Rose were filming a scene on Tuesday and me and the boys were filming a scene on Wednesday. Okay, cool. Oh, she can't make it on Tuesday, but she can make it on Thursday. Oh, but me and Liam are filming a scene on Thursday. Well, okay, I'll just swap those two around. Oh, but Liam can't film on Tuesday either because he's got something on, but he can film Monday. Okay. Oh, but me and Olivia are filming on Monday, so I'm just going to swap Olivia and Liam around. So Olivia films on Tuesday and Liam films on Monday, except Olivia can't film on Tuesday because she's got band practice. Olivia doesn't do any band practice, but this is all fucking hypothetical. Oh, but the band practice is on Sunday. Okay, well, let's just swap Sunday and Tuesday. Who am I filming with on Sunday? Oh, Taylor. Okay, hey Taylor, can you film Tuesday? Well, no, because I got church. So it can get a bit complicated. You have to find that Goldilocks zone to film your film in under 2 weeks. But I was able to find it. Kind of. Now that I had the schedule down, I knew I wanted the props, so I went out and bought the soap, I made the fake blood, etc. Yada yada yada. And yay, the schedule's done, the pre-production's done, we got the props, we got the times, we got the actors. Let's make a fucking feature film. Almost forgot. I have to give a huge shout out to Cruz for 1, helping me make the poster, and 2, for recommending the Zion Smooth 4, which is the gimbal I used to make the film, and also the gimbal I'm using to film this whole thing. Hello! Huge shout out and thank you to him. That's why he gets a producer credit. Also, I have to give a humongous shout out to the wonderful and brilliant Olivia Messar because she bought the gimbal for me as a gift because she is the best. Okay?
listen to me. Mr. Donati, my friends finally, and you are there to see me. I thought you want this.
April 18th. This is the first day. This is the day we film! Wait a second, but you said you finished the script on May the 4th. Why were you filming on the April the 18th if you hadn't even finished the script? Alright, basically, Ty lives in Melbourne. If you don't know what Melbourne is, it's a leftist dystopia, and I want to live there. Vote Greens. So I filmed 85% of the film in July, but 15% of the film was filmed in April. Now, the reason for that is because, obviously, like I said earlier, Ty, he lives in Melbourne, and Melbourne's a bit far, and he visits Sydney every once in a while. I met Ty in high school. He used to live in Sydney. He moved to Melbourne, but he moved back to Sydney for a visit every once in a while, and he moved back to Sydney for a visit, and that way we were able to film a scene because he wants to be a filmmaker, I want to be a filmmaker, we like filming stuff, so I said, hey, let's film a thing. Oh, I'm making a feature film, I want you to be in the feature film, I want us to have a scene in the feature film, so let's film a scene between me and you, let's do it. You know what, we did, we filmed a scene between me and him, and it was cut because my hair was too long. Also, I'd written only half the script at this point, and the film takes place at the end of the film. No, the scene takes place at the end of the scene, and what the fuck am I saying? I just realized my friends and family are gonna probably watch this. Full disclosure, full disclosure, this is not actually how I act, it's just a character I'm putting on for YouTube, but also I hate myself.
They try to be great, they try to be great. She wanna be guided, that bitch is a money, I'm a fucking.
Long story short, we improvised the scene, and here's the deleted scene, okay? That's what you wanted.
What are you doing here?
I thought we should meet again.
You can't just walk in here acting like you own the place.
Well, it's been a while since I've been here.
You fucking ratted me out.
You fucking ratted me out first.
That was a long time ago.
Still haven't forgotten about it.
But that's what this is all about, huh? You ratted to the SIA because I ratted.
I trusted you. And you fucking stabbed me in the back.
I didn't have a choice.
Well, guess what? I did. And that's why I told the SIA.
Out of spite. Out of pure fucking spite. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We were partners. And you betrayed me.
They didn't give me a choice.
I don't give a fuck! We were partners for 2 years. You deserve everything that is coming in your way.
Jason, it doesn't have to be like this. We can sort this out.
I can't help you.
Listen, I'm sorry for what happened, okay? And if I could go back and change it, I would. Can you please just stop this whole fucking game that we're playing? Tell the SIA to stop.
I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I should fucking kill you.
Do it. It won't change anything. I'm sorry. But you're on your own.
Why are you doing this?
Well, I guess I just wanted to see you suffer. luck up there.
Again, I didn't have a script, so I just wrote that shit on the fly, and then I'm like, here, just read out these lines, and so that's why he's reading the lines from the script. Just, come on man, I'm 17 years old, please leave me alone. Also, fun fact, Ty didn't know he was Jason. So when he was watching the film, you can imagine his reaction like, oh my god, I'm Jason, and I didn't even know. And, I mean, you didn't need to imagine it because I recorded his reaction. Here it is, let's play the clip. Jamie, pull that up.
Stone S10.
Hello, is this Mr. Pink?
Yes, it is.
Why have you been telling the SIA about our operation about your operation?
Shit! Because the consequences need to be fulfilled, Oprah.
How do you know my name?
Why know more than just your name? I've been waiting for this day, Oprah. I've been waiting for 2 years. I told the SIA.
Jason?
I can't wait to see you behind bars.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit! What the fuck? Holy shit! What the fuck? Oh shit! Hold on.
Anyway, a few days later, me and the boys went to film some SIA scenes, but we also filmed some more SIA scenes in July, so let's just skip to July the 5th, aka my birthday, my 17th birthday. So the big day came, the day for me to film a soap opera properly. We officially began filming properly on July the 5th, 2019.
How do people even die from soap? It's soap. Have you been sleeping under a freaking rock? Hey, I'm an immigrant and new to the city. Bro, this is personal. What the fuck? This is personal.
How are you? That's good, that's good. That's fucking cool, bro. This is gonna take so long to film. I want to start laughing.
Well, we had outtakes at the end.
Hey, we will.
Hey, I'm an immigrant and new to the CIA.
SIA.
What?
That's a soap investigation.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can cross around it with the CIA.
SIA. Where I come from, soap is perfectly fine and legal.
So I knew, fuck me, okay. The first day on set was very stressful. We had to film 75% of the library scenes, so there was quite a lot to cover. I had to film the Trelaw scenes, the Jay scenes, the Andrew scenes, the SIA scenes. I had to film a whole heap of scenes all in one day, and it was the first day of shooting. It got very stressful. I was like, fuck, am I going to be able to pull this off? We were also planning to watch Spider-Man Far From Home at 1:30. So from 10 AM to about 1 o'clock or 1:15, whatever, we want to film everything we need to, and then we move to Demerrick Street Cinema where we can sit down and film our film. No, watch Spider-Man Far From Home. So, by the skin of our teeth, we were able to pull it off, even if a few people might have fucked up their lines.
We're gonna do the whole scene from your perspective.
Whole scene from Emmett's.
No, but then the next scene is you two. It's a two-shot that. Just that one's gonna be hard.
I'll just get Jen to hold this.
Yeah.
You get a hold. I'll be looking at you.
Yeah.
Unless you get Jen.
But he's looking down though. Okay, that's fine. Look at me, I have to go up a bit more. Jen.
You see,
you have to look up. You have to look up a bit more.
Me?
Yeah. Because like you're it's like your eye level here. Okay.
We're professionals, guys. Alright.
Wait.
Soap. No one knew how to tell between bad addictive soap and perfectly fine soap. So eventually the High Court of Australia just criminalised all soap altogether.
Wait. How do you guys wash yourself?
Pause. That was good. We can just continue from there.
Yeah. You're supposed to say, oh. Wait, are you supposed to?
So then,
Okay,
like that.
Thank God I'm not a drama student.
Alright, everyone quiet. Everyone, and...
Oh. Doesn't he say that? What are my lines, Jen? But you should wait to cover. Then we pass this. Keep going. Stop. No, go back up.
Did Samuel move to the left
Samuel,
also? It's like it's coming.
Wait, what are my lines?
Jaden. Have you been sleeping under?
If you're a fucking mode.
Oh, good. Stop shaving.
Did you shave today?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, when you're ready.
It's Samuel.
You start off. Can you find me? How do people even die from soap? Soap. Oh,
Sorry, I forgot you've got that last
also,
one.
don't look at Samuel.
Oh, yeah. Samuel, go to that angle. So then it's silly.
How do people even die from soap? It's soap.
Have you been sleeping under a fucking rock?
Hey, I'm new to the CIA.
Oh.
SIA.
And you're an immigrant.
Yeah. Hold on, Riley, don't move around so much because you go out of frame. You have to stay still. Yeah, actually get closer out. Okay.
Wait, are we repeating these lines? Yeah. Yes. It's from our perspective.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, alright, Riley. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. Alright, hold on. When you're ready.
How do they fucking let an immigrant join the SIA?
I don't know.
Mad team. Bro, my arm cramping. My arm's cramping.
3 minutes. Okay, alright, fine. That was good, guys. It just took us an hour. Yeah. Alright, that's scene 1 done. What's the time?
It's 10:15, pretty sure.
Oh gosh. 10 what?
10, no, quarter to 11.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, what's the next scene?
Alright, we need interrogation. Jace, it's your time to shine, buddy.
No, we'll do this scene last. We'll do this scene. Turn off.
Bye, guys. So,
Because I'm going to be panning in.
so I gotta be in front of the camera, but I gotta look here.
Yeah. Do you want me to buy you new jeans?
I gotta wait for you.
Yeah. Sorry, it's okay.
It's so funny, actually.
I can see the reflection of the camera. What if Opera is innocent? You fucking laughed. Come on,
It's hard. It's supposed to be
it's not that hard. It's just I didn't know whether to wait for you to come in and then I laughed.
Just wait? No. This is what I said. I'll do this.
Okay.
Do that. I'll do.
What if Opera is innocent?
Fucking mad.
I didn't want to do the camera. Hi guys.
It's behind things.
Mad things, mad. I'm Riley Tonner from Soap Opera, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh!
It's alright.
He's doing his
Touchdown, bring it down, get to me.
It's my wife.
In the movie, I always thought it was white. In the movie, he's really clear on what he says.
I'm the
He
rock
says,
man.
Like, he even emphasised it. He's like, I miss my life. I always thought it was white. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Reverse checked it all, and he made a deal with the SIA too. What? There's something we're unseen here, and I don't trust the general anymore.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna find out the truth, and I'm not gonna let Opera get arrested for nothing.
You do realize that what you're doing is illegal. If you get caught, you're going to get charged with conspiracy.
How long has this been going on? Jay, I'm Elliot. I can't read the.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go a bit faster.
Just go from the next line.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
How long has this been going on? The one after that.
Okay.
Wait.
I'll scroll a bit faster.
What? Like in the same position? Like here? Okay. No. So how long has it been going on?
Yep.
Okay. Well, regardless, I can't tell you boys anything that goes down. I can't. Jay, stop moving it. He's shaking it. It's going up and down.
I'm sorry about that.
Jay.
Okay.
All right.
Bringing that hard, eh?
All right. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. That's me.
Wait 5 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Goes down in my probation hours with Opera. And I'm sure you can...
Just start from well regardless.
Keep that still, Jay, okay?
Don't stop.
Well, regardless.
Wait 5 seconds.
Well, regardless, Jay, don't
touch anything.
Okay, it's like the biggest line. I can't read it.
Okay.
Well, regardless, I can't tell you boys anything that goes down. It feels weird.
Why?
Let me just read it, okay?
Just
well,
improvise.
regardless, I can't tell you boys anything that goes down in my probation hours with opera. Okay, fine. You can't do that.
Okay, sorry about that.
Of course, we have the infamous Trelaw scene, which goes on way too long. Originally, the scene was not meant to be this long. It was only a few pages long, and it was just, you know, a bit of a joke. But he showed us his Marlon Brando impersonation. Basically, I was just like, okay, you know what, Trelaw? Just monologue. Just monologue. Just monologue.
Let's out of here, boys.
Oh, can we do that again? So, walk in.
You know what? I'm gonna start a new voice. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna voice it.
Keep it.
He's doing Marlon Brando. Okay, close the door. Hold on 1 second. No, parallel to Riley.
And then, look, yeah.
Me outside again, I'll fucking walk you.
That was good.
He's just saying that I gotta take over my daughter's birthday. You know, fuck around with it. Got.
It's alright, just start from
So, you know what I'm gonna do? You just monologue, and then I'll just have these guys just like sitting in horror listening. Alright?
I love you, boys. I love you.
Now, the reason I kept such a long scene in the film was because at the time I was like, no one's gonna watch this and I have all this footage, why not show it? It's just a short film, might as well make it a bit longer. Going back, I would probably edit that scene down, however, it's set in stone. What the fuck am I meant to do? The next day, me and Rose filmed our scene. I had a scene like planned out, but after me and Rose read through the scene, we were like, Jesus Christ, this is so cringe. So we said, alright, fuck it, let's just improvise a scene. And that's what happened. Me and her improvised our whole scene. She did a little Carpet Burn plug for herself. If you have not listened to Carpet Burn, please go listen to it. It's amazing. Also, it was her idea to eat the soap. Also, that soap that she ate was used in the first shot of the film. So thanks, Rose, for eating the soap. You madman.
One day I'll watch the sunset instead. I just tried to plug myself so hard. Keep shifting. Fuck off! So anyway, are you single?
On July the 7th, me and Olivia filmed our scene. Fun fact, even though she's a producer, she didn't know what the film was about because I'm a piece of shit. I wanted her to go in blind, I wanted her to be surprised, you know, I kind of made the film for her, but whatever. She didn't know the characters or the plot or anything, but obviously she was able to piece a few things together. But nevertheless, she went in, she watched it, and...
Okay, how much do I need to know the whole scene?
No, you don't actually need to say anything.
Okay.
So, you painted the walls white, it looks nice. You painted the walls white.
What?
Oh god, I probably should have charged this. Now, obviously, if you have a keen eye, you might know that this entire scene is all in one shot. If you know me, I love my tracking shots. I love them so much, and I want to do a tracking shot. Obviously, tracking shots are very hard. There's a lot of practice involved. You have to open the phone in a way so like the camera can like pan in and see you message your dad.
Okay. Oh, okay, got.
Also, my gimbal kept dying throughout the process, so sometimes we'd be filming a scene and my gimbal would die and I'd be like, fuck! So when we were filming the tracking shot that ends up being in the film, I was very worried my gimbal would die. Luckily, it didn't die, and so all is right with the world. Also, if you check the messages she sent her dad, you'll find some Easter eggs in there. Then on July 8th, the big day came, the day where we filmed all the scenes that took place in Jonathan's house. There was a huge amount of script to go through and I knew I couldn't do it all in one day, so I said, hey, can I sleep over at your house? He said, sure thing, dude, go for it. We came, I came. We went to his house, I dragged Andrew along so he could help us film. We started filming the film, it was going smoothly, however, one thing was a problem. I was so exhausted! I was really exhausted and I was really feeling the stress and I was like, oh my god, I gotta film so much stuff, but I don't know if I can. I'm just so tired. Now there were a few complications when we were filming. If you ever try and make like a short film or anything, you'll realize that there's a lot of problem solving that goes on with filmmaking. Like 50% of filmmaking is just problem solving. It's so fucking stupid. For one, Jonathan's parents were renovating the house, which is a bit of a hurdle. Two, we were on a tight schedule. Even though I was going to be filming there for 2 days, I had 30 pages of script to go through and, well, we saw what happened last time, and it's tough, alright? Trying to film 37.5% of the film in 2 days, it's a lot of work. I knew there was going to be a lot of sitting around and waiting to set up a shot and fucking up a shot, and so that's exactly what happened. Can you put this actually over here? Put that there. Alright, hold on. So can you wait until this is here?
Oh, yeah, and then
put the coke, yeah. Remember, left hand into there. Yeah, so
John, can you like step forward? So forward, stop there. You go over there. Okay, go there. So forward on. Alright, this should be good. Alright, Andrew, come here. Alright.
Don't put that in the video.
Let's go on the bloopers. Let's go on the bloopers. Stay there. Yeah. Go this.
Were you doing the Halo thing for a second?
Yeah. Oh, that video where they're in the bathroom and it's echoing.
Oh, there's one where he's in the sewers.
He's like, alright, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna knock on the door. You're gonna open the door. The camera's gonna pan in, and you're gonna be like, you're late. Bitch. You're late. Where's the pan in? Run, so I'm gonna run, and then you're gonna follow me.
All the time, that's why I started searching through trash cans, not going to the store. It's probably just some other guy who makes soap. There aren't any other manufacturers that make soap. Probation. I'll go back to juvie. Oh bro, if you don't want to go back to juvie, why are you making soap? Fair point. Come on, let me show you something. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can we do that in one take?
Yeah, one take. That's
And like take off your thing as I'm talking. Alright, come on. We'll improv. So, just go. Stand here. Turn.
Alright, I got this now. All seriousness.
Do not press the bottom one.
Well, no, as soon as I drop it, I'll clap. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So when I clap, that's when you start walking in. But we don't even know if it's gonna react, so just walk in, and then when you see it going off, you just go, oh damn. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
No. Drop it, clap, we will wait 5 seconds, because at least if it explodes, then we walk in, it's better.
Alright, okay, go. Alright, I'm dropping it in 3. Alright, I'm just gonna clap, alright? Ready?
Shit. Cut.
Oh, the Mentos is in the thing.
Did you laugh? You laughed.
You laughed, Andrew.
You meant us in the frame.
Damn it. No, it's not. It was not.
3, 2, 1.
Shit. Help me clean this up.
Shit. Okay, so you remember that bottle shop where like the thing explodes and me and Fisk walk in and we're like, oh my god, help me clean it up? Yeah, it made quite a mess.
Alright, look, I didn't take your bed, okay, alright? I walked down there and it was gone. I saw a grey bed and I was like, Ruby.
Behind the scenes of a soap opera. So there was a lot of just like sitting around, like just trying to get the motivation, but we were too exhausted, so we would sit and we'd just talk about whatever and talk about how the left wing is the only way. Just add the fucking bloopers, alright?
Monologue, go.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Monologue?
Yeah.
About what?
Anything.
Man, I hate centrists. I hate them. As a people. As a race. All of them. Yeah. Actually, no, right-wing centrists aren't too bad. But
like Andrew.
Like Andrew. But some of them are more susceptible to extremely terrible beliefs.
Like what?
Like ethno-nationalism.
Where's the money?
But if you're like Germany, and you're like, I want to make an ethno-state. There's a lot of stuff you got to do to get through that. A lot of, you got to make some relocation centers for your ethnic groups that you don't want in your country.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Is this fucking Auschwitz?
Oh.
We're not making any hints towards a certain type of concentration camp.
Boy, you literally made incinerator. Oh my fucking god.
I'm a hardcore communist.
Oh god.
I'm moving, every day I move further to the left.
You make me feel ashamed to be left.
On July 10th, we filmed the scenes at MacArthur Square. Between me and Riley, we also filmed the scenes where the SIA were breaking into my house trying to find me. And so on the day, we were meant to meet at the square at 10 a.m. However, I was so exhausted from the past 5 days of just continuous filming that I was just asleep. Like, I had set an alarm, I had slept through the alarm, and I was just asleep. So it was like 10:30 and I was still asleep and everyone is at the square, and then Riley called me and was like, hey, get your fuck. So I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I got up and I just ran to the square and we filmed our scenes, and then I went to my house and we filmed our scenes, and it was all fine and dandy.
Button on it.
Yeah, press the button.
And then I panel.
So it says zoom in.
Yeah.
Alright. Wait 10 seconds. Zoom out. Hand up to my face.
Okay. Middle though. It's not in the middle.
Okay. July 11th, we filmed all of the probation scene between me and Andrew, and we filmed the final scene of the film between Andrew and Jonathan. Not much to say. We filmed shit.
I want to put my hands on the table, but I keep shaking.
When you're ready.
Alright. My friend Olivia Mesa. I did Mesa.
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 Mama mia.
Mesa.
Alright, you're ready.
It's like Zen Buddhism, Want to read it? Wouldn't you want to read it? What if the media is going on violent soap addict and soap producer murdered by cop an act of justice or some bullshit? Quiet on set, coward.
Sorry. Oh shit, you're right, dude. You know that right now.
So anyway, does the whole world have soap illegal?
It's ambiguous.
Well, it's like an Orwellian police state, but it's rather than opinions are barred, it's soap.
Yeah. No. So it's criminalized in Australia.
Australia's isolationist. They have to close the
No, but so no one actually ever talked about the fact that all 6 of the continents are gone.
All 6 of the continents are ruled by the great powers of Eurasia or East Asia.
Yeah, they've been destroyed. They're all ruled by Saudi Arabia.
I'm pretty sure the world's
butt fuck.
Oh, definitely.
We did that, and then we watched Toy Story 4, which was lots of fun. July 14th, that's right. Finally, I got a bit of a break, a 3-day break. And on July 14th, we were filming the first scene in the film. This scene was a lot different in the script, and then I rewrote it, and then even then it was much more different. But I think it's a really good scene. I really like the way it turned out. Now, I knew I wanted the scene to be in one take. However, these two guys were a bit late, so we couldn't film the actual whole scene in one take. However, we could still make it look like it was in one take. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, so this whole scene is meant to look like one take from here to here. However, it's actually 2 shots, and I hit a cut right here. That cut was hidden because I wanted it to look like one take.
Hey! Hey! Smiling. Hey! Hey!
Wait, sir, I'm with the CIA. Oh, fuck.
Oh fuck! So. Oh no!
Shit. Sorry, my camera fucked up.
Also, Declan said he based his performance off Tom Hardy. I guess that kind of comes full circle because Tom Hardy was in The Dark Knight Rises, and then now Tom Hardy has influenced someone in my film, especially not just myself, but also this guy, and so it's all full circle. Okay. On the 15th of July, me and Riley filmed a few scenes, and we also filmed the final scene of the film, well, not the final scene, but the climax of the film with Jaden. Fun fact, I hate this scene. Not really, it's fine, but you know, it didn't really go the way I wanted it to go. See, in the script, I actually go on this huge monologue about like, essentially all the themes in the film. I explain in the film why the film is called a soap opera, and well, when we were filming that, the wind was too strong, so you can't actually hear anything I'm saying, so I had to cut the monologue out of the film, and that just broke me. This was, I guess, my breaking point, because I went home and I just hated the film at the time. This video took a really dramatic turn. There was so many things that could have gone wrong in the film and just broke the entire film, and luckily I was able to avoid a lot of those things, but then here I am having to cut out the final scene of the film, and I work so hard on this thing and it's not expressed to the way I want it to be exactly, and so I just hated that. I hate that when you write a film, inevitably, once you make the film, it's not the film that you thought it was going to be in your head. It's a different thing. And at the time, I hated that. But then later on, once I watched the film, I really appreciated that because it's kind of beautiful in its own right. But basically, after I had to cut out the monologue, I was just like, fuck this, I don't want to make the film anymore. I quit. But then I sort of sat down and, you know, talked to myself a bit. I was like, alright, well, if you quit now, I mean, you filmed most of the scenes. You just need to film a few more scenes and then you're done, and then you can just burn the film and just go to bed. So you might as well just try and finish the film and whatever. Filmmaking was hard, and each day I realized this more and more because it was just a hard thing. Usually when you think about making a film, you think it's all fun and really, you know, extravagant. You're with your friends, and maybe to the others it was fun, but to me there were times where I just...
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Bro, why are you fucking with the settings?
No, this is Riley, there's Jaden, but mainly focusing on me. These are behind the scenes of our film soap opera. There's the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend.
A myth.
Ameth? Nah, it's Mohit. Ameth couldn't be here today, neither could Andrew and other boys. Alright, here we go. You ready? Yep, ready.
July 16th, me and Riley film our fight scene in the film. Andrew helped film that, and again, at this time, it was meant to be way more epic, but my motivation and enthusiasm for this film was just dead. So at the time, I didn't care how bad the fight scene looked, I didn't care about anything, I just wanted to get the film done. So we filmed it, and yeah.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
July 18th, I filmed the scene where Oprah's gonna kill himself in the bathtub. July 19th, me and Taylor film our scene. I cut it down because again, we had no script, we improvised the whole thing.
Let's go. Oh, sorry? When you start, like, walk up and then start speaking.
Okay.
You ready?
No. Wait, how am I starting it?
Wait. Sorry, I was not prepared. Okay.
He used to work at Hooters and then he just works. Oh, I fucked it up. Go again. There you are. I can't do it. And I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Are you ready?
When you're ready.
Oh, there you are. Finally. It took me 5 buses and 3 trains just to get someone coming. Hooters job. Even though I spent a week's wait. Oh my god, I can't. God, I wish I didn't get fired from Hooters. All the same. Billy. Stop.
Done, yeah, done. After that, the film was done. I was happy. It was done. It was gone. It was finally over. Yay. If there's one thing I learned from making this film, it's storyboard. Storyboard everything. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of filmmaker you are, but if you're a Sam Esmail Kubrick type like me, well, yeah. That's so self-indulgent and so narcissistic and so up myself. How can I compare myself to Stanley Kubrick and Sam Esmail? What the fuck is wrong with me? Point is, if you're a filmmaker like Stanley Kubrick or you want to be one, storyboard. I don't even know if Kubrick storyboarded. He was a master, but I'm not a master. I'm just a kid, man. Leave me alone. When you're trying to juggle directions and you're trying to act and you're trying to remember everything that needs to go and you need to remember, oh my god, everyone wait 5 seconds before you say your line, and you also need to be conscious about the editing, and you also need to keep your eye on the time because you can't run out of time, and you also need to make sure that everything is done. It starts mentally crumbling you because you're carrying so much stuff in your head. And if I had shot list everything, it would be easier because I wouldn't have to remember every single shot of the film in my head like I did. Mentally, I was like a robot. So before doing this, I thought it would be something beautiful. I thought filming would be something beautiful, but then by the end of it, I came to the conclusion that filming was something fucking horrible. After a day of sleeping and relaxing, I decided to edit the film, and once I had finished editing the film, I checked the runtime of the film, and then I realized, holy shit, this is 2 hours long.
I've been in this town so long that back in the city I've been taken for lost and gone and unknown for a long, long time.
I made a feature film. A feature film. This is my first feature film. I didn't even intend for this to be a feature. I just wanted to make a short film. But it turns out this was 2 hours long. Suddenly, all the frustration, the stress, the anger, the pain, it all faded away because now excitement, happiness, and surprise took its place. After watching the movie in its entirety, it wasn't as bad as I actually thought it was. I was just kind of surprised and happy. It didn't turn out like, I don't know, Batman and Robin. So I decided, August 1st, 2019. It's a Thursday, movies come out on Thursdays in Australia. It's the beginning of a month, it's new beginnings. It's just a good date. Now, Riley Tunner said that I should listen to Yellow Brick Road because he likes Yellow Brick Road, the film version. So I was like, alright, I'll listen to Yellow Brick Road, the film version, and as I was listening to it, I was like, this would make a really good trailer. So shout out to Riley Tonner for recommending the song to me. He's responsible for the trailer. So I edited together a trailer. I went through a few drafts and well, I'll show you a first draft of the trailer.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. Maybe you'll get a replacement. There's plenty like me to be found. Mongrels who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the...
So after making the trailer, I thought, okay, I need to upload this. So I did, and then it got views. The reaction was overwhelmingly positive and also quite surprising. Lots of people seemed hyped about my film.
Am I in the trailer? Please.
Watch it and find out, man.
I'm so nervous. Alright.
Dude, I was nervous uploading this. Alright, whatever.
Alright. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. Maybe you'll get a replacement.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Like me to be found. Mongrels who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the ground.
Oh, I know that song. Wait, what's it? Oh, that's good. Oh, fuck. It's so good.
Very, very brief.
I don't think everyone knew it was an actual feature film. I think they were under the impression that it was a short film. So, yeah, but they still seemed to quite like it. But then I started to get worried. What if the trailer to the film is actually better than the actual film? And, well, whether that's true is entirely up to you. And I don't actually know if that's true or not, then maybe. But I also knew I wanted some people in the film to watch the film before it come out. So, of course, Olivia was the first person to watch the film because, you know, girlfriend privileges, I guess, or something, I don't know. She watched the film, she seemed to really enjoy it. Then I brought the boys over to watch the film. We sat down, we had pizzas, we had snack packs, I put the film on, and it was really fun. Everyone was really loud and really enthusiastic, and they were just having a lot of fun watching the film. And it was at this moment I just sort of was like, shit, like this was really worth it, I guess, you know. After regretting making the film, my regret for it was non-existent anymore, you know. I no longer questioned if I wanted to be a filmmaker. I no longer, you know, just accepted that filmmaking is just not for me. I was like, no, filmmaking is definitely for me because of this moment right here. Watching the film with my friends, them roaring during the scenes, them roaring at the ending. It was just a lot of fun. So, August 1st, the film comes out 3 p.m. on a Thursday. School ends at 3:10. So, there's 10 minutes at the end of the day where my film is out but everyone's at school, so no one can actually go and just like properly watch the film. So I call it 10 minutes of tension, and those 10 minutes were glorious. And then in less than 24 hours it hit 1,000 views, which was quite amazing to me. Obviously now the film has more views. I get people told me they liked it, but you know, no one would actually go up to me and just be like, hey, I fucking hate your movie. But if you want to do that, I mean, by all means, like, go for it. Now, obviously not every view watched the entire film. I'm pretty sure Andrew has never watched the entire film, and I also think he hates the film, but he's never watched it. So yeah, I think that concludes this video. It might not have been what you wanted it. It's a lot of me just talking and talking, and I'm just slowly going insane, and I don't want to film this shit anymore. So, what's next? You know, I've made this feature film, and what do I do next? What other films are gonna make? People have asked me that a lot. Hey, what are you doing next? You know, when are you gonna make your next film? Truth is, I'm in year 12 this year, so a lot of my attention and focus is gonna be on, obviously, the HSC, so I'm probably not gonna make a feature film this year. That being said, after the HSC, we got a lot of time on our hands to do what we want to do. Also, I want to clarify one thing and one thing only. I am never going to make a sequel to a soap opera. The film is fine as it is. I don't want to extend the universe. I don't want to do anything. I like the film's ending. I'm not going to make a prequel. I'm not going to make anything related to the soap universe. If you want to make something related to the soap universe, if you want to make your own sequel or you want to make a prequel or whatever, by all means, do it. You have my permission. Go for it. But I have my film and I don't want to make another film because I've just seen way too many sequels that have just ruined everything that came before it. And I don't want to do that. I like the film as it is, and I don't want to add anything else to it. And also, I've also been asked, do you have an idea for your next feature film? And yeah.